We are comparing between the original Bible created by God and King James human translation. If you look at Numbers 23:22, you can see at the end that King James added a unicorn, which is Greek mythology, and it does not exist in the original Bible. In the original Bible, this is an oryx, and this is how it reads in Hebrew. El motziam mimitzrayim, ketoafot re'em lo. Re'em is oryx. Oryx, according to the code, because it's the original Bible, it's coded. It's 241. King of the world, which is Melech Haolam, is also 241. So the original Bible is not only the original, but it's also coded with messaging to humanity. We are comparing.
All, no matter how he's feeling. All, no matter how he's feeling.
For the chosen ones, if you're mentally weak, go ahead and scroll now. I didn't want to make this video because I already know it's a touchy subject, but I got to. I realized that we're not even supposed to have kids. Now stay with me, I'm about to try to explain why. So let's start in the very beginning. God El, the leader of the Elohim, I may know him as Yaqub or Jacob. He created a dragon, which ended up having a spirit, which is a star. And the name of the star is Neptune. So Neptune is the first creation of the underworld. But notice to the top, it has the sun, the moon, and earth. The sun is positive energy, the moon is negative energy, and earth is pure energy. So notice Neptune had an upside down moon and the symbol of earth, meaning he is powered by the moon. So the second creation is Mars. He's earth and the sun. He's powered by the sun. Then Mars created Uranus. This is how it got power from the sun and the moon. But the moon is on top, which means it's mainly negative energy. Then Uranus and Neptune created Pluto. They all call it a dead planet because it's mainly powered by the sun, but it's too far away from the sun. Note that all three of these planets on the bottom has upside down moons because they're on the outer belt of the stars. Now within those stars, Mars control because he is the second creation of the underworld. So Mars ended up making Saturn. As y'all can see, it is the earth and the moon. But this is where the war started because Saturn went back to the earth to create, which is next creation with Jupiter and Venus. So note, Jupiter came out with the earth and the moon, powered by the moon, but Venus came out with earth and the sun, powered by the sun. And this was never supposed to happen. So Venus and Jupiter create another planet, which is Mercury, duality. This is why the sun and the moon is actually balanced on top of Earth. It's their closest image to man, the original stars of Earth, the real sons of God. So Uranus and Neptune are separated by a belt of stars. So this is why they run the United Nations. The UN really mean Uranus and Neptune. If you look closely, obviously that's the flat Earth map. If you look a little closer, you'll see them leaves are actually a pitchfork. They're a symbol. Not only that, do you think that creator with a map means nothing? It's the covenants of Azazel, the other group they split into, because of the fixed stars. They say Saturn runs his world because he's on the outer belt, with inside the fixed stars. As I mentioned several times before, this is Jacob's ladder and the Tower of Babel. This is how we really position. Venus and Mercury is trying to ascend to heaven, while Jupiter and Saturn is trying to ascend out of these fixed stars with the UN. So stick with me now. You have the 7 reptile planets. We have 7 chakras. We have 7 continents. We have 7 races, all mixed with each other. That created bodies that allowed the fallen angels to come down and possess.
The fallen angels are angels expelled from heaven. Notice how the way they describe 2 different angels. One was cast out, and the other one sinned. And these particular angels tempted humans to sin. As y'all can see, the fallen angels are the sons of God. As I said before, the Elohim and man are the sons of God. But man is the image of God. The Elohim sinned by having a war with God in heaven, along with tempting other entities on helping with that war. Man was cast down because we fell in frequency during the war. In this dimension, this means we died in the war in heaven. This is why they created the straw man and corporations, because they are considered dead entities. We are in the middle ground, below heaven, but above the underworld. This is how we're able to make negative or positive choices, which is the frequency you decide to choose over your lifetime. Under the law of free will in this area, that shouldn't even exist, because our God didn't make it. When y'all hear me continuously mention that we fell in frequency during this war, this is what they mean. We are fallen. We are angels. We are the first temple, which is the vessels we was put in when we sent down here. Meaning we still have the DNA, which is memory sticks of all of existence. This is why they experimented on us. The second temple is creations from the fallen angels, such as the giants you hear about. Notice how the way they say human women and fallen angels as if they are two different entities. It's because we are. Obviously, no, men and women are completely different physically, but we are also mentally. And this is by design, because we are also Nephilim, which is a wide range of bodies they created. This is how you're able to choose your frequency. Once again, under the law of free will. But the thing here is, woman has a larger lizard and mammal brain compared to a human brain. This is why women are more emotional and men are more logical. The thing about this is, you can work on making your brain stronger on either side. This is why they work so hard on keeping the father out of the picture. Because it removes logic, which is God's voice that leads to peace and order to all, no matter how he's feeling. So without that, somebody's controlling their emotions. And this modern day is TV, social media, and we know who controls that. This is why things are so negative, because they created these bodies, and they're steering our frequencies. Alright, back to this. Alright, so you see the destroyed bodies, the souls that survive, it still roams Earth as demons. And as I told y'all before, demons are parasites. It's their punishment to get demoted back to 2D. So things that only have a soul always have to exist physically, while we have a spirit, so we don't have to exist physically. Now I want y'all to notice how the way they say the sins of the fallen angels occurred before human history.
And they mean Elohim, the war against God in heaven, which caused us to fall into their territory, which eventually led to us mating with them because of their ability to shapeshift. They say there's 2 verses in the Quran that possibly may support the fallen angels. So 1649, they say all living creatures, meaning from all planets and all angels in the heavens and on earth, were bound to the bodies. And 666, out of all numbers, guard yourself against kindred, against fire, whose fuel is human beings and stones. That kind of clearly says their fuel is human beings. Stones can be elements, which we are also. And we all should know this is the real reason racism exists, because we're the original fallen angels. So just take a wild guess at who the GOAT could be. It's also light bearer, male and female, as in duality. But what's on the lap, though, is the problem. Obviously, we know what the 2 snakes mean. The wings for the Elohim, and the hot sauce to alter our genetics to make their type of race. And how they end up doing it was this, the Ouroboros, the affinity sign. So I explained to everybody before that men is a positive energy and women is a negative energy. When we create, it's like an explosion and another star is formed. But every time we have a baby, right, our energy is split, creating other timelines, which makes it hard to collapse the matrix this whole time. But just take a wild guess at how they did this with the bodies. Like I said, they split our energy when we were sitting down here. Now what does that look like? On a woman, and the tail goes in. They got us trapping ourselves on all types of levels.